What's up, guys? It's episode 335. Welcome back to the show.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take sh- I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take sh- I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement.
Look, I don't mean to start this episode off by bringing the extreme negativity, but let me put you in my brain right now because everything is annoying. Everything is making my skin crawl. My environment, like my hands are a little bit wet from when I just washed my hands. That's annoying me. The clutter on my desk. Go watch this on YouTube. By the way, I'm podcasting on video again. The clutter on my desk, I had to rearrange to set my studio up today. Was pissing me off. I have this literal top of a shoebox bin I made for the drawer in my desk that my microphone is now sitting on. That's off to the side and I can see it in the corner of my eye, and it's making everything hurts. My brain, again, sorry to bring the negativity, but this will go. This negativity goes hand in hand with the topics I'm going to talk about today. I'm here to bitch. I'm here to complain. I'm here to vent. I'm here to get all of my harsh, specific, unhinged, niche opinions off my chest today. And yeah, so this all started, by the way, I woke up on the wrong side of the bed. It started off this morning. Literally upon waking up, I received some news that I already knew about, that I had to be somewhere for like a lunchtime. It was like a lunchtime meet and greet situation, and I already knew about this, but I completely forgot, and I got immediately pissed because I'm like, okay, in order for me to do that, I have to do these 10 other steps before that, including washing and drying my hair because I'm going to do my morning run this morning. And that's going to be an entire process that I have to allocate time for. Plus I have to get in the car. That's going to take time. That's going to be like a good 30-minute drive. Plus there's traffic, you know? And anyways, so I've been bitching all morning. I'm going to bitch some more. It's one of those days. I haven't done this in a while where I'm like really negative. But I don't even want to update you on my life. I don't even want to give you any like, you know, current events, because this podcast is all about my opinions. And like, I don't even know where to start. I think, by the way, if you're just tuning in now, please subscribe to my podcast wherever you're listening. I'm on Apple, Spotify, Breaker, Stitcher, Google Podcasts, wherever you listen to podcasts. Please subscribe to my podcast. I actually met someone today and they're like, I listen to your show. Excuse me, I'm out of breath. Holy fuck. Okay, let's let me take a breather. It's not that bad. I'm very wound up right now over dumb shit. Like, you know what's bad? Here's what back to me being negative and waking up on the wrong side of the bed. This is how I know it's bad. I'm never like this. Like, for the most part, I'm easygoing, go with the flow. I'm super chill. But I know it's bad when, like, Louis, my English bulldog, sit next to me here, literally was just sitting next to my desk while I was setting things up and getting my camera ready. He was just sitting there, and I had to get up to go get my LaCroix from the fridge, and he was in the way. And I literally, this is how you know it's bad. I said, with like a lot of angst and anger, I said, Louis, get the fuck out of the way. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it was not just like a, hey, Bubba, like, move. You're in my... No, it was like, get the fuck out of my way. And then my other dog was playing with a squeaker toy, and I had to rip that out of his mouth before recording. And that was pissing me off. So it's just like, you know, I'm going to try to be a little more zen right now, try to keep things in perspective. But do you ever just have one of those days? I feel like that's what this is. It's just one of those days where everything's fucking annoying. And my car was running out of gas. I hate having that damn light on. Sorry, by the way, if you're like tuning in for the opinions right now and you want to hear all, you know, all my controversial hot takes, whatever, It's coming. But like, and also sorry if this is bringing you down, if you're not enjoying my bitch session right now. Cause like, I'm all about like positivity and like, you know, happiness, but I'm telling you, sometimes it's very cathartic. It's very therapeutic. It's very, I don't even know what cathartic means. It just feels fucking good to get it out and tell you exactly how I'm feeling today. What was I just saying? Something about, my car. I hate when that light turns on when you're on E, and it came on the way to my little meet and greet lunchtime thing today. And then on the way back, there's a shit ton of traffic and I was stalling, you know, just like sitting, wasting gas a lot. And why am I telling you this? This is kind of irrelevant to the topic today, or the podcast topic today. But again, hit that subscribe button wherever you're listening right now. Also subscribe to my YouTube channel. This is now a video podcast. Shout out Claudia Oshray and her sister Jackie or Claudia specifically. I was listening to the Toast on the way back here, and formerly the Morning Toast, now the Toast. They just signed with Dear Media. Shout out Jackson Claude. I'm a big toaster. Something you need to know about me. When I listen to podcasts, I'm listening to a lot of pop culture news, and I usually get it from them. But anyways, Claudia made a good point. She's like, look, if you're a podcast host and you're not doing video, this was like her business advice. She's like, if you're not making video clips of your podcast and you haven't popped off yet, like, you're nobody. And I know this. I already know this. Like, I've dabbled with the video podcast in the past, but I haven't been consistent. Here we are. Okay. Spiraling about building my brand and being present on TikTok and Reels. I beat that horse to death so many times with you guys. If you're listening, like, the amount of times I sit and spiral about like growing my audience and making TikTok clips for my show, and it's a fucking journey. And you know what? You gotta love the journey. If you don't love the journey, you're not gonna last. And at least I'm in love with podcasting. So I don't know what to start with first. I'll start off with one of these more niche ones. I do not like okay, we're kicking it off. Here we go. First one. Boom, boom. This is gonna be great. I hate touching the bottom of a lake with my feet, especially if there's that burlap lining they have in the swimming area that's on the bottom, that's all squishy. Can't stand it. And in general, like, lakes creep me out. I'll go tubing and I'll fall off and I'll be in the middle of the lake and I'll be having a silent freak out session for a good 30 seconds before I get picked up. But like, the worst for me, so that's not terrible. It's not ideal, but it's not, I'll do it. But swimming in a lake and then touching the bottom is not for me. So there you go. First one. Now, second one. This is something I've been unable to put into words. And honestly, I've been thinking about this for the last 2 years. I'll put it at 2 years. I think it is so tacky to tell people about all of the work you've had done all over your Instagram story and all over your social media. Like, people they're so nonchalant about this too. Like, and here's the thing. I get it. We're all trying to help each other out. We're all trying to be transparent. Nobody's fucking gatekeeping anymore. Oh my God. If God forbid you gatekeep anything from your audience, like, Jesus Christ. But like, I get it. We're all trying to help each other, but hear me out. If Susie Q, who I follow on social media, all of a sudden has, an upper lip the size of Texas and cheek filler that's as high as the heavens, and her fucking forehead doesn't move. If all of a sudden Susie Q is looking different and a little more snatched, and she doesn't tell me how she looks like that or what she did, I'm a woman. Okay. I'm going to figure it out. We're all going to be fine. We're going to be fine. If no one's telling us what they're doing to their faces and their bodies, like, we're going to figure it out. Okay. That's my take on this. Like, but instead, everyone's oversharing. Everyone's telling their audience every little detail, every little amount of filler, and this many milliliters, and this much Botox, and this port, and this I don't even know what this like. It's so detailed. I think it's, again, tacky as fuck. There's just something about it where all of a sudden it's making you look, if you do this, by the way, like I'm talking to you, it's making you look like a walking billboard for like a wellness spa or like plastic surgeon's office. Like, you just look like a product. You don't look, it takes away from you as a person, in my opinion, when all of a sudden your brand and what you're telling people is like all the little things you've had done to your face. Like, why do people share that? I don't understand. Isn't the point to like look good and just like keep that shit to yourself, like what you're doing? I don't know, like, not the point, but maybe people think it's a flex because they can afford it and they have the money and they're like showing off all the procedures they have done because they're like, look, I'm rich and I don't know. But yeah, again, tacky as fuck. I don't get why people do it. We're gonna be fine. If no one told me how to, you know, why their eyebrows aren't moving anymore, or why their lips are fucking plumper than ever, trust me, I'll fucking we'll know what to do. We'll know where to go. We'll figure it out. But yeah, I'm exhausted of this. It's like, I follow a lot of influencers, a lot of wellness people, a lot of like, you know, those types, and I don't understand why they're so nonchalant about it. Like, this is my doctor and this is what I had done, and I'm like, and I think a lot of people that are like drinking this Kool-Aid, doing these procedures, like, this is obviously a cliche, and like, or not a cliche, but like, I just feel like people are starting to look like shit. All this filler, all this Botox, all this like extra in person. Like, I see it all the time. I live in Southern California. It ages you, and you don't look good. It's hard to explain. There's something about like overly lasering your face, overly snatching it with the fillers and the Botox, and then it just doesn't look right. And it's really noticeable, especially, again, in person. Obviously, in a photo, you'll look great. I feel like that's why people do it too, is for like that. Because on a picture, it'll just like freeze frame their frozen face perfect. I don't want to. Does that make sense? Does anyone agree with me? Do you agree with me, or do you disagree? I'm just flapping my gums today on my opinions, but that's one I feel really strongly about. Like, it's, again, tacky. It's like, I feel like women with class and it's like these women that I think are classy, that I think are like, you know, they're the ones doing it. I'm like, it's just taking away from you. It's making you look kind of cheap. Like, it cheapens you. I don't know how to, in their head, they're like doing something good for their following. They're like helping other women. You know, they're being transparent. They're not hiding. They don't want to set. Oh yeah. The big thing is this. God forbid I set an unrealistic beauty standard. Bitch, it's like, most of you are not top models. You're just regular ass influencers that live in Southern California with a big fat wallet who can afford all of these regimens. You don't look special. You're not setting an unrealistic beauty standard because you got your lips injected. Like, that's not interesting or unique or different than, you know, for most people, that's like an attainable thing. For a lot of people, that is. Not most, but like, so that whole like, I don't want to, I'm really going on and on about this, by the way. If you can't tell, I have a very opinionated on this topic. Should I talk about laminated brows next? Wrote on my note here, my next opinion is that laminated brows look like shit on everyone, and it needs to stop. I don't need to elaborate. Moving on. I wrote, body positivity is bullshit. Fake plants are unacceptable. Oh, here's a fun one. There's no such thing, in my opinion, as a dessert being too rich. And it pisses me off. Whenever I'm with people and we're ordering a dessert for the table or whatever, and they're like, they'll have like one bite and they're like, oh, it's so sweet, it's too rich. I'm like, are you okay? Like, in my brain, there's no such thing as, I want a dessert to be rich. I want like, or what's the other one I wrote? When people take the frosting off a cupcake, or they say like, they'll have a piece of cake, they'll say like, oh, there's way too much frosting. That could never be me. Could never be me. It's like, that's why I'm eating the cupcake. That's why I'm having the cake. Okay. I want the most indulgent, gluttonous, sweet. I want to feel sick when sometimes there are sometimes when I'm eating dessert and I'm at that fuck it point. It's like I've had the big dinner. Now I'm eating the dessert. Maybe I've had some drinks too. And I'm just in the fuck it mood. And then I'm like literally eating it and I'm like, I feel sick, but I'm not going to stop. It's like, we're already this far. Anyone else? Also on the topic of cake or pastries in general, desserts, my opinion, I have a very strong opinion on this. I am team cold cake, cold pastries. Croissants are different, but like if you're passing me a slice of cake and it's been sitting at room temperature for 8 hours, like, no, it needs to be in the fridge. I prefer, like, if you go to Costco or if you go to the grocery store and get one of those like grocery store cakes, it's got the terrible like jacked up GMO fucking buttercream. I don't know. It tastes so fake. I personally love that, but like that cold is something else. But room temperature, you taste the chemicals. I feel like when you freeze that kind of frosting, you stop tasting the chemicals and it's way better. Oh my God, I'm insane. Next up, we've got, I wrote, I'm pro-choice. Like, I don't know why that's on here. Oh, a hot take, or not even, like, here's the thing about my podcast today. Most of this it's not like original or like special or unique. I've said that 3 times now, haven't I? What was I saying before? And I was like, oh, special, unique. Like people thinking they're setting an unrealistic beauty standard, or yeah, I don't know. Moving on. Yeah, I'm just like flapping my gums about things that I've formed an opinion on or have an idea about. And I know that a lot of people hold these same opinions and thoughts and ideas. Okay. But I'm just sharing mine. Maybe I should take a breath. Wow. The person I met today that asked me, she goes, she listens to my podcast and she goes, like, how do you come up with stuff to talk about? Or like, you know, she gave me a nice compliment, which made me feel really good. I don't meet people that listen to my show all the time. So it's like really nice when I do. 'Cause I'm like, oh my God. It just makes it feel more real. Anyways, she goes like, how do you come up with stuff to talk about? Or like, you know, I'm like, sometimes I write it down, but for the most part it's off the cuff. And as soon as I press record, I'm wound up. I get on one and I get this buzz going when I talk. So anyways, my next opinion is that Jake Gyllenhaal is an underrated actor. I just watched, what was that movie called? I think it was called The Guilty, where Jake Gyllenhaal was a 911 operator. And I was watching it. I'm like, he's a great fucking actor. And then the other movies that came to mind that he's been in that are really good are October Sky and The Day After Tomorrow. What's the one I just watched? Wait a minute. Was I in a movie theater watching it when he was acting in it? Jake Gyllenhaal. Wait. Jake Gyllenhaal. Wait, was it called Ambulance, not The Guilty? No, it was called The Guilty. That came out in 2021. Let me go to his IMDb. You know, and also I told you in the beginning, like, I'm angsty, I'm on one, everything's annoying. Also, I'm worried that this podcast is going to go 4 hours, so I'm trying to go fast to get through this list. And I don't want it to go 4 hours because I need to get snatched for a hot date tonight, a hot sushi date with Corey, and I gotta post this, I gotta edit. It's just like, okay, I'll go back to Jake Gyllenhaal, but like, I embrace the chaos of life. Okay. I embrace it. I welcome it. I know it is part of life, but do you ever just get so fucking overwhelmed by how many little things you have to do all day to like get shit done? Or like, it's like so much I have so much fucking going on. I'm not like, oh, I'm so busy. I'm not one of those people, but like, I think I get mostly overwhelmed if I'm going to the root of this right now. Let me get to the root. I think what drives me into a spiral and a frantic and a panic is like the process of getting ready for anything. The makeup, the hair, the outfit. Oh my God, did I paint my toenails? Are my nails, like just all the little things to, like, as a woman, like we have it. It's like so much sometimes. It's so much. And I usually am like, I love doing my makeup. Don't get me wrong. I like doing my hair. I like getting cute with my outfit. But on certain days when I have to like do a bunch of shit and that, it's like, oh my God. I just wish I could like, I don't know. Yeah, but there's always just so many little things in the back of my mind I have to get done. And it's, you know, it's like whose to-do list it's never ending. It's like, I'm sure you go through that too, but having one of those days, okay? Jake Gyllenhaal, Brokeback Mountain, Prisoners, Nightcrawler, roles that Jake Gyllenhaal almost played. Was he going to be Spider-Man? He would have been a great Spider-Man. Wait, he was in 2019 Spider-Man Far From Home. He was Quentin Beck. Anyways. Actually, what was that movie he was a fighter in? Wasn't he like a... Okay, I'm getting into the weeds here. I want to go back to my list. Okay, let's just go into some like fun facts about me, opinions or whatever. I always eat the crust. Okay. Something you need to know about me is that I always eat the crust. I think it's strange and, if you don't eat the crust, I think I've always, like, ever since I've been a little kid, there's always that kid in class. In my class, it was Calvin. Or no, was it Dylan? I think it was Dylan. Yeah, I don't know. He would like get a PB&J from his mom for his lunch or like a turkey sandwich and never eat the crust. And I just remember him putting the crust back into the Ziploc bag. And I'm just like, that's the most like robust, hearty part of the sandwich. Like, I look forward to the crust. I think and pizza crust. Like, I get it. You're trying to like save on the calories and the carbs. Like, you're eating this pizza and you're like, oh my God, the crust is just like, too much bread. No, it's like, that's the best part. I will always eat the crust. Okay. Next up, we've got, I can't stand when people say, hey friends. Hi, how are my humans doing today? Hi friends, on their Instagram stories when they're addressing their audience. The hey friends, it makes my skin crawl. Hey friends. It's a type of person. There's a type. The humans, when they refer to people as humans, and the hey friends, it's like I don't want to if I had a stereotype, it's usually like white, as Tim Dillon would say, crystal bitches. White women, white millennial, crystal bitch women who do a lot of therapy and they really care about their mental health and their fucking cycle and their hormone. It's just like they're really into the wellness shit like that. Really public about it too. They're just really positive people outwardly on social media. Just like, but like not like how I am right now. Like very like, it's a beautiful day. Hi friends. Let's have some fun today. Okay, make sure you incorporate some joy in your life today. Like do a cartwheel in the grass. I know you're 39 and I know you're single and I know, you know, you're having a hard time today, but and life isn't going how you want, but make sure to do a cartwheel on the grass. Incorporate joy and fun and play. Pretend you're 5 years old again. Okay. Don't forget to go to the farmer's market and pick up your like your crystals this weekend. Pick out a new crystal and get your tarot cards read. I don't fucking know. It's just like that kind. I can't stand when it's like, hey friends. If I turn on my Instagram story and I talk to be like, hey motherfucker. No, I'm kidding. I'm like into hi guys. Do people not say hi guys anymore because it's like not everyone identifies as a guy, or like I had that situation happen to me in a professional setting and I'm like, the fact we're even having to say like I'm like, it's fine. Like someone in a meeting was like, hi guys, and I'm like that, and they were like, oh sorry, hey everyone. I'm like, it's fine. I don't know, people, it's an interesting time. Okay, what's new? Also, next up, we've got, I don't use plates. I don't like plates. Flat plates are not for me. I am a bull bitch. I'm a bull bitch. I'm a plate with a nice bulbous like you know the big, I have them in my cupboard. I almost want to get them. You know the plates that have like the bowl in it? Those are okay with me. I only do plates at restaurants. In the comfort of my own home, unless we're having like a fancy steak dinner or some shit, maybe like a salmon. No, because we make like bowls, like salmon bowls. Yeah, again, plates not for me. Don't have a speech impediment. That sound like I did. Jeep trucks piss me off. I've said that 1,000 times on this show. If I even have to explain why a Jeep truck pisses me off and you don't understand, like it's like, just think about it. Think about the shape. Think about the think about what a truck looks like. Think about a Chevy Silverado. Think about a Dodge Ram. Think about a Toyota Tundra. Now envision a Jeep truck. Okay. Next up we have I don't know how to segue between these. People that use a lot of emojis, not emojis, exclamation points when they're texting are, again, this is my opinion, this is a generalization, usually dumb, like airhead types and very unstable. Like I remember they're just kind of dumb people. Like they're not like, I don't want to say low IQ. I know IQ is not a good measure of intelligence, but like usually it's when they're texting you and they're like, so nice to meet you, 15 exclamation points. Like no caller ID calling me. Oh shit. Sorry. Or if they like post a picture on Instagram and there's like, I had the best day today, 15 exclamation points. But you know, and they go on a spiel and it's, the exclamation points are just like a sign that they're just, something is like a screws unloose. And that's just me profiling people, kind of because here's the thing, all these opinions are the root of these opinions, or the reason I have them is because I'm a very observant, judgmental little shit of a person. Like I'm always scanning, I'm always analyzing, I'm always observing, I'm always noticing, and I draw conclusions when I see 15 people in my life over the last 10 years do this exclamation point thing, and I go, what are all those 15 people kind of like? You know, what do they have in common? It's always they're always dumb fucking airheads. Like just not very smart people. It doesn't even matter. Like, this is an opinion that literally doesn't even matter, but I just personally, I've noticed this and I have it. So also people that use a lot of emojis. What do I think about that? It's like, usually they're really fun. Usually they're really fun in real life or really annoying. I feel either or. I feel like emojis are okay, but like a lot of exclamation points scare me. Like, stay away. I have to have a fan on when I sleep. I also have to hug a pillow when I sleep. Life hack, tip of the day. I'm telling you, this literally has changed the lives of every single person I've told it to. Here's my tip. If you want to have the greatest sleep of your life, hug a pillow. Take a pillow, because I'm sure you're a side sleeper like myself. Take a pillow, lay your head down on your side, and hug a pillow. Game changer, life-changing tip. There you go. If you're feeling like it, if you're feeling, like having a what am I saying? You can also put a pillow in between your legs. Also, the final pillow you can add is one behind. If you're not like spooning with someone, you can put a pillow behind your back and kind of wedge it behind you and then lean back on it a little, and that will support your back. So you're kind of like hugging, wedged, pillow between the legs, super cozy. Best sleep of my life. Everyone I've ever taught this to or told this to is like, holy shit, I've been literally just sleeping with one pillow like on my head my whole life. And yeah, hug a pillow. Okay, there's your tip of the day. What's something more controversial I have here? Guys and girls can't be friends. I'm one of those, okay? Maybe it's because I'm traumatized, but in my experience, guys and girls cannot be friends. Like adults, like if you're in elementary school, different story. Especially like two really good looking people that are a guy and a girl. Especially if if one of them's in a relationship with the other. I don't know. It's just like, okay. Guys, yeah. People who drink, another opinion I have is people who drink mocktails as a personality trait piss me off. Just go be an alcoholic. Stop trying to run away from it or trying to. It's just like the mocktail thing. And those are the people that also drink decaf. Like, what the fuck? Get it together. I know if you got an addiction, you got a little problem. Okay, I get that. But like, just my thoughts. Ooh, here's a spicy one. I might have to read this word for word because this is like I really felt something in my bones when I wrote this. This is like, wow, I was feeling really hateful and judgmental when I wrote this. Here's the thing. But I'm going to preface by saying this. Before I talk about this topic, whether you like it or not, or okay, here's what I'm doing. Everyone has thoughts and judgments and opinions and, negative, positive. We've all got them. I'm just publicly sharing and airing them out, right? That's what I do here. I've done this for 2 years. This is I've over 300 episodes of me just like telling you how it is and like telling you what I think. And, this is nothing new for me. But like before, because I'm saying this because I feel like this might piss people off what I'm about to say. Like a certain category of people that are these types of people. This might piss them off. They might not understand me or get it, but like sometimes you just need to be told what's up, and like you need to hear it from someone else, or like it might be refreshing for you to hear this from me. or you might not have thought about this before. Anyways, I don't know why I'm making this like such a big deal when I just have such a strong, like, I don't give a fuck mentality. And that's what I'm bringing today. So I'm going to say it like it is. I wrote down here that and this isn't targeted, like you probably know a handful of people that this sounds like I'm talking about, and you're probably right, because I probably follow them and they probably annoy me, but I still follow them and watch and like get annoyed. That's like, you probably do that. I was telling Corey this the other day, last night, I was showing him someone's story, and I'm all about like live and let live, do whatever works for you, like live your life. Who the fuck cares? Like, who am I to say how to live your life? But sometimes it's very entertaining to see what people post. And I literally told him, I was like, watch this story. I'm only following for research purposes. Like, I'm so intrigued by this person because of the ridiculous shit they post. I'm like, in my opinion, it's ridiculous. Like, to them, it's, it's like the best thing ever. But anyways, all right. I wrote that, the clean, rich, lean Pilates body wellness aesthetic is I don't know where I wrote calculated, is a calculated performance of the self-obsessed, mentally unstable OCD types who think that happiness is achieved by eliminating and perfecting everything around them, and they call it a lifestyle. I wrote, life is supposed to be a little messy and undone. Yeah, like obviously the clean girl aesthetic, the wellness aesthetic, that like perfected, lean, clean, glowing skin, green juice, ginger. It's like when people brand themselves as that, and like that's their whole, like, and their entire environment, like their posts of their like perfect little apartment is like, there's like no clutter. There's no like, they would never have this top of a shoebox bin, makeshift bin with a fucking, I've got, actually they might have these upper lip shavers on. I'm sure they do. These girls, I mean, they're fucking probably selling these too. I mean, they would have like the perfect little tray from Tulum that they got when they were it's all perfected and aesthetic. Those types just piss me off. I'm like, they don't embrace the messiness of life and the chaos and a little bit the undoneness of life. Like, I think again, life should be it's a little messy and undone. It's not perfect. But what I observe when I see the posts and the stories and the content from these creators and these influencers and these, honestly, like a lot of just normal ass people out there that are trying to like make their Instagram look nice, I'm like, they seem to they seem to think, I'm not them, so I don't know, I'm just telling you what it looks like. They seem to think that, yeah, like happiness is like eliminating and detoxing and perfecting everything around them, including their bodies, because it's like a lot about like obviously health and wellness, which I'm very into. Like a lot of the stuff they post, I do too. The glowing green smoothie, I had one this morning, the workouts, the sauna, the cold plunge, like the clean apartment, like for the most part, mine's kind of cluttered right now, but it's like, but it's just like, when I watch it, I'm like, I just feel like they think that it's like so fun to be like clean and no crumbs left, and just like, but to me they look unstable and like a little bit OCD, and like, what did I write? Obviously self-obsessed, mentally unstable. Yeah, there's just something about it. I'm like, doesn't have to be that perfect all the time. Doesn't have to. It's just like, it hurts me. It really hurts me. when I watch it, I guess I should just unfollow those people. Does anyone else get irked by it? It's not me. And so I think, because I sound like a judgmental, hateful bitch, and I'm like obviously not a woman supporting other women right now, and I also have an opinion about that. If you even have to disclose that you're a woman who supports other women, or that you're a feminist or whatever, like if you have to disclose that about yourself, like something's not right. Like I find that those women are the first people to tear other women down when they do something wrong, or like gossip about it, or like, you know, it's just like there's something about disclosing that and saying that about yourself. Or me even having to say, I'm obviously sounding like a woman who doesn't support other women. Like, what I'm trying to promote here, and what I'm trying to advise or inspire in the wellness, clean, it's always the wealthy ones. I mentioned the word rich. I said the rich, lean, Pilates, wellness, aesthetic. Like, it's just to like fucking relax. Like, it just seems like a lot to think about all day and maintain and keep up with, and just like, that's why I like Julia Fox, right? Why does her last name not sound right? Now, I don't agree with everything that comes out of her mouth, but something I like about her, and something that resonates with me, is her like undoneness, her like kind of, you know, the way she gets on camera, and nothing's perfect. Her apartment's kind of like a shithole, not a shithole, but like a messy, cluttered space. Like, there's just something about her. It's so refreshing because she's not trying to make everything look perfect. That's what I'm sick and tired of. That's probably what I could have just said. People on social media that are posting to make everything look perfect. Do I do that sometimes? Yeah, I'll admit it. So this was one big hypocritical rant. Do I do that? I feel like, let me just take a little, how am I being perceived right now? That's what we're all fucking doing with our social media. Like, we're trying to like control how other people perceive us, or like, yeah, like I'm very into posting nice what I think are nice pictures of myself, and like painting me, you know, like I do that. I post. Do people think that? Maybe people think this fucking about me, and I'm, but again, life is a little messy and undone, and I'm more drawn to people that embrace that and don't showcase how perfect and cleaned out and decluttered and Lysol wiped their fucking kitchen is all the time, and their fucking vagina is also Lysol. This is so judgmental. This is probably my most like unhinged podcast to date, and also like this is so also like insane to say. I can't believe I'm saying. I just feel like those women are also really bad in bed, really boring personalities. They probably, I don't know why I think they smell weird. Like, that's so mean. They just don't look like fun. They look like a fucking unstable OCD chaotic mess, and they're trying to hold it together by like perfecting everything around them. Anyways, I wrote, this is also one of my strong opinions I've talked about on this podcast before. Being a pick-me girl is a good thing. It's been demonized. People are very quick to call out pick-me girls on the internet. And as a woman who's been picked, it's not a bad life. Let me tell you that. I'd rather be picked than be single and miserable and, you know, like a man hater or whatever. Like, because that's a trend right now. It's like really trendy to like hate men. Speaking of Julia Fox, I feel like she's like the queen of that. What's it called? That brigade, that fucking cult, that. Oh shit. Yeah, I think there's like obviously a lot of cringy pick me girl stuff out there, and I get why people, it's like I've made the example, or I've talked about the example of like you're in college and there's like a party and you're the girl in the kitchen with a big garbage bag, like throwing away all the drinks or like the empty drinks and bottles and shit. And like you're like cleaning the kitchen like at 2 a.m. at the party when everyone's like, it's like, that's fucking cringy. Okay. I'm just saying, like, doing things that appeal to men, like, and portraying yourself in a way, or like if you're like in a group and there's men there and you're like kind of acting a certain way that's like that men find attractive, like I don't think that's negative. It's like, why are you on dating apps? Why are you putting yourself out there? Why are you like, yeah, like why are you on Hinge? Why are you on Bumble? Why are you DMing guys trying to go on a date with them, or like vice versa? Or like, it's like, why are you even dating if you don't want to be picked? Like, isn't that the fucking point? Are you just doing it for sport? Like, again, as a woman who's been picked, and who's happy as fuck in my relationship and very like, I'm pinching myself every day, like how fucking good I have it. Can't recommend being a pick me girl enough. Moving on. Oh my God, this podcast, I'm like having a moment of like, oh shit. Holy fuck. How are you doing? Are you enjoying this right now? I think I said, did I really say that about, yeah, I did say that. Oh, fuck. Cancel me. Best fast food fries. That's another thing, the cancel thing. Like me just saying cancel me. Like I would have never said that like 5 years ago or like 10 years ago. That's a new thing to say. I do find myself like I've used the word unhinged. I've said gatekeeping today. I've said cancel me. And I find myself, because I'm like an internet I consume shit on the internet. I find myself like hearing things on the internet and then saying them in real life. And that's also something I have a strong opinion about. I find it so annoying when people use internet slang in real life. Like it's the rain in California for me, or like what's a fucking example of like it's the blank for me. It's giving Seattle. The rain in California, it's giving Seattle. Like it's certain people when they say I'm like it's okay, like just like your regular ass, like certain people that are just like, I don't know how to explain it. It's a double standard or whatever. Like I have some people it's cool, some people it's not. But in general, like I think it's kind of cringy if you use internet slang in real life. Like it's fine on a video that you're posting, or like if you're writing it like on the text on a video or a picture or whatever. But when I hear it in real life, I'm like, holy, you know where I heard it? I was at the driving range and these high schoolers, first of all, there is a trend in California with I don't know if this is statewide. I don't know if this is countrywide, but I've been seeing these pajama pants. They're red and black checkered pajama pants. Do I say pajama or pajama? Pajama. And first of all of the high school where I live here in Southern California, I'm in San Diego, all the high schoolers around me are like walking around in literal like trash bag clothes. Like nobody gives a fuck about their appearance apparently, but they're all wearing, like I'll see a group of kids and they're all wearing these same red and black checkered PJs. And I'm curious. I'm like, what's that about? I'm noticing it. It's like a major trend. But yeah, I was at the driving range, back to what I was saying. I was at the driving range and I heard there's like a group of kids and they were saying like, it's the blank for me, or like they're using all those like TikTok slang phrases. And I'm like, oh my God, it just like made me feel old. I think it's because I feel, maybe it's Jacqueline, you're not even 30. Don't say that. Oh yeah, here's what I wrote. Adults past 30 that use Gen Z slang. Oh, this is so random, but like, I don't know if you get these sponsored ads. If I feel like girls probably get these more than guys, because she kind of trains girls, mostly women. I wrote here that Tracy Anderson's workout videos scramble my brain cells. I don't know if you know who I'm talking about, but Tracy Anderson is a fitness mogul trainer. I don't know. Like, I think Gwyneth Paltrow does her workout videos, and she's like really well known. Anyways, her style of workout is like, I'm watching. This sounds fucked up. Can I say it? I can't. No, that's too far. I've already said some things that are probably too far today. She does like Pilates and like ballet and like yoga and like weight stuff. It's like all combined. But the reason I wrote it scrambles my brain cells is because she'll be doing like a bicep curl and like a donkey kick at the same time while she's like rolling her hips or something. Like it's the movements are so confusing, and every single time I see these workout videos, I'm like, what is going on? I'm so intrigued. Maybe I should do one of her workouts just to try it. But yeah. Oh, strong opinion here. 3 to 3:30 p.m. I'm going to say 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. is the worst time of day. I just feel like from 3 to 5, it should be chill time. It should be go on a walk time. It should be have a snack, take a nap, read a book. It's just kind of like that time of day. It's like a little dip. Because I'm fired up. I swear, my prime time every day is from like, I'm like on fire. Yeah, 9 to 2 on fire. 2 to 3, it's dying off. And then 3 to 5, best of luck if you're trying to like get something from me, because I'm checked out, like mentally, physically, emotionally. Like, yeah. So moving on, I love manual labor. I wrote something you should know about me is I used to pick up garbage on the side of the freeway as a summer job for 2 summers in a row. It was an automatic rehire because I picked up so much goddamn garbage. I think I picked up 100 miles of garbage with a team. I think there were 6 of us each summer. This is through the state of Washington. It was through the Washington Department of Ecology. And yeah, they I think I did that job because they hired like 13-year-olds, and my parents put me to work since I was in like 5th grade. I mean, I've always worked, whether it was like, it was usually for my grandparents' Christmas tree farm. Like I'd help out around the farm, mow the lawn. Probably since like 5th or 6th grade. Pick strawberries, folded blueberry boxes for a summer. Worked at Dairy Queen. Got a lot of jobs under my belt. But I wrote that I love manual labor, and something I'm looking forward to in life is having some land someday and having a garden and having like doing like landscaping projects and like being out, you know, there's like, or mowing the fucking lawn. Oh my God. Something I miss. My sister, she posted a story the other day. She was mowing the lawn back home. And I was like, fuck, I miss mowing the lawn. I just want to mow the lawn. I want to tend to my garden. I want to pick my apples in my orchard. I want to throw some hay to the animals. Like I kind of miss, like I'm from Washington. I grew up in farmland. I'm starting to like want that back a little bit at some point in my life. I just want that little farm lifestyle thing. Even if it's just like we have a chicken coop in the back, collecting the eggs, you know, tending to the chickens. I think in California that would be probably depending on how the fucking what the housing market does in the next 10 years or when holy shit. Hang in there with me. We're still going. Depending on what's available and affordable and how much grass and land we can get, I think a modest chicken coop and a modest garden, a vegetable garden, is probably doable. Definitely not a barn with some animals. It's probably I'm gonna have to start hooking for that. I'll actually have to start an OnlyFans. If I want a barn, if I want horses in the state of California, if I want a pond, if I want an in-the-ground pool with a slide, a water slide, and a diving board, if I want a back patio, a barbecue, like a Traeger grill barbecue setup with a fire pit and like a pizza oven, if I want that in the state of California, if I want this for my future house, a sauna, a cold plunge, a movie theater in the house, like if in order for me as a millennial woman, as a young approaching 30s millennial woman with her whole life ahead of her, in order for that to be possible in 2023 here in the state of California, I have one fucking option. OnlyFans. That's it. Hooking. Nudity. Tits. Ass. For sale. Swipe up. Here's my link. $5.99 a month. Like literally. Because how the fuck, like those houses, 20 million plus. A house with a barn in Southern California with like, you can have 6 horses. Like, I don't just want a horse. I want like a handful of horses. I want them to all be friends. I also want some mini horses. I want some goats. Like, I want all of that. I don't just want like a chicken coop and a fucking vegetable garden. Like I mentioned, the modest version of a farm. Like, no, I want the whole thing. So yeah, like, I mean, there's podcasting, of course. That's always, that can, I mean, swipe up. What was I going to say? If you want to support my not only my podcasting career, but my future home buying endeavors here in the state of Southern California, head over to patreon.com/tjms and support the show and support me on this quest for a farm lifestyle. It's $5 a month. Once again, that's patreon.com/tjms. You know what I mean? Okay, so moving on. Is this a 7-hour podcast? Kind of feels like it. The less you look for answers and advice from other people, the happier it will be. Why did I write that? At some point you have to be like, fuck it, and realize you're the shit. Simple. There's another thing I wrote here about one of my opinions about people that are overly introspective. They pathologize the fuck out of everything. They're always on a journey, on a quest. They're always talking about it. They're definitely like doing all the therapies and reading all the books and doing all the courses and writing in all the journals and they're like searching, right? Wait, what? How did I start this sentence? I forgot like what I was going to say after this. Oh, at some point you have to be like, fuck it, and realize you're the shit. And then I said, oh yeah. So like my words of wisdom based on my own experience, because I used to be like that. Early 20s Jacqueline was like drinking the Kool-Aid, really I went to Landmark. I've done like, what is that? Like a branch of ALA. I don't know. I was really into like mental health and like learning about myself and why I am the way I am. And I deep dove a lot, and I would write a lot, and I would think a lot about myself and why I am the way I am. And on this podcast, I really wish I will pay someone $62 million to joking. This is like a needle in a haystack, if you can find this. I had an epiphany about that deep thinking stuff I was doing, and that being overly introspective thing I was doing, and that, trying to discover myself thing I was doing. I had an epiphany on an episode in 2021, I think. Maybe it was 2020. or I was like mid podcast talking about something and I'm like, Jacqueline, just stop. I was like, no, stop. I was like, stop thinking. And I had the epiphany that thinking was literally ruining my life, because at that time I was coming out of a deep, dark depression. And for the most part, up until then, my 20s were I was very depressed, very down, like literally hated myself. I was just so like low self-esteem, I didn't understand my worth, and I was focusing on the things that were wrong with me. And that's what I see a lot of these people do, right? So I had an epiphany on the podcast. I was like, Jacqueline, stop thinking. It's like, this is unnecessary. There is nothing wrong with you. And at that moment, I was like, wait, when I'm like with people, when I'm being me, when I'm on my podcast, when I'm great. I'm fine. Nothing's wrong, you know? Like I'm fun, I'm funny, I'm fun loving, I'm good energy. You know what I mean? Like all this like negativity and depression shit was like literally just for me sitting and thinking and overanalyzing myself, overly pathologizing. I don't even know if that's a word. Like listening to too many fucking podcasts telling me about all these remedies and things I need to do to discover the meaning of my life or whatever. But that's not real. I feel like that to you, like if you're listening right now and you're kind of in the dumps like that, or you're trying to figure yourself out, you're on a journey. It's like, that's you when you're with yourself sitting there. And that's important that you're happy when you're alone. That's important that you can sit still with yourself and love yourself and be proud of yourself and all those good things. But what I changed in my advice, back to this, like at some point you have to be like, fuck it, and realize you're the shit. That's what I wrote down on my note here. Is what I would advise, and something I practiced and what I did was just hyping myself up, instead of thinking about all the things that were wrong with me, I literally was like, you're the shit. You're great. You're funny. You're entertaining. You know, you're a natural, like you're great at this, you're great at that, you're a great cook, you're an athlete, like, I would just like spew like nice stuff about myself. And I know that's like, okay, people advise do positive affirmations, but I honestly just stopped thinking and deep diving, and that changed my life. And I understand that some people have deep work to do, and they've been traumatized, and they have these dark pasts, and they're coming out of some dark relationships, or you know, maybe they're going through grief. Like there's obviously a lot of benefits to searching and soul searching and, you know, getting help with your mind. But I think a lot of people overdo it. And they're just like ho-hum dumpy types of people. And I'm just like, it's not that deep. You're fine. Nothing's fucking wrong with you. Just have a good time. Like all I want to do is fuck around and have fun and enjoy my life. And anything that's like me going into the dark webs of my brain and thinking about all the shit that I'm not stoked about that I've done in the past, or like whatever. What's like another example? Why I suck at finding new friends and like making friends, and you know, because that's a journey I'm on. That is my journey of 2023. Like I've been pretty, it's picking up. A life update. I'm making friends, so it's happening. But I used to like go into the dark webs of my brain and like overanalyze that. Jacqueline, you're kind of a bitch. Or like listen to you on your podcast today, Jacqueline. Like who the fuck would want to be friends with that? All you've done is talk shit about other people and complain. I'd think about like, you're kind of weird, like your vibes like not very, I don't know, people don't really, like, I would overdo it like that, overthink it, and just fucking shut up and just hype yourself up, you know what I mean? Turn off your brain. Matcha tastes like horse hay. Hot take. Matcha powder, like matcha tea, Unless I've fed a horse before. I've grew up with horses. And that's like me with goat cheese. Yeah, I have like this weird thing with like goat cheese and matcha. Matcha tea tastes like horse hay. I get people add like stevia to it. It's like they sweeten it, they add their oat milk, whatever. It's like no amount of anything is going to make me think it tastes anything other than horse hay. Tastes like anything other than horse hay. But back to the goat cheese. So I grew up with goats, and if you know what a goat smells like, that's what goat cheese kind of tastes like the taste and smell. Like, because a lot of tasting is like your nose, something's happening with your nose. Like, it took me until I was like 25 to like goat cheese because of that reason. What's another thing that, I had rice crackers. Took me 10 years to finally be able to, there's a first time blacking out story for you. First time blacking out and shitting white for a week. Have you ever shit white? Thought I was going to die. Had to work at Tommy Hilfiger the next day. You want me to tell that story right now? It was my sister's friend's birthday back in Washington, and show up at this birthday party. Within 5 minutes, I'm being passed a fifth of Grey Goose, being told, hey, let's share this. You know, it's my birthday. I want to share this with you. I'm new to drinking. I don't know what the fuck to do. Like, I've drank before, but like hard alcohol was like a new thing to me. At that point, I was drinking Brass Monkeys. Brass Monkeys. Like, I literally drank those fucking big ass old English beers with the fucking orange juice in it. Right? Is that a Brass Monkey? Yeah, I was drinking a lot of those and like just cheap ass beer up until then. So anyways, I get past this fifth Grey Goose, and it's like, oh, it's my birthday, let's, take shots, whatever. So within like 15 minutes, I drank like half the bottle, and of course it's gonna make me sick. I probably didn't eat very much. I don't know. All I remember is puking. So I was being fed somehow. I think my aunt showed up and picked me up. She came to the rescue. I don't know if we were like not trying to tell my mom, so we called my aunt. I don't remember. But all I know is that I was puking up rice crackers in someone's mom's kitchen at a different house that we were driven to. Something like that. And for like 10 years couldn't eat rice crackers because I would gag just thinking about, or I could like gag thinking about the taste of Grey Goose, which I'm sure you've been there before if you've drank too much alcohol, and you kind of like, if you think about like Fireball, like I've had a lot of bad Fireball experiences. I get that like taste or that like gag reflex thing. Yeah, but the next day I had to work at Tommy Hilfiger, and it was a rough day at work. And I think the reason, why do you shit white when you are overdrink? Because there's like no bile. Sorry, that's TMI, but we're all friends here. Everyone's in the friend zone if you're listening, by the way. My poop is white. Why? Googling. After drinking alcohol? I'm curious what the reason is. Alcohol hepatitis is the inflammation of the liver due to excessive drinking of alcohol, which can result in the pale stool. So I had alcoholic hepatitis. I probably should have had like some special care that night. That was not good. I think I flipped over upside down on a couch, and like I remember just like it was bad. Everything was like blurring, and I love puking. That's one of my favorite. That's another opinion I have. Like, because when you're about to puke, you feel like shit, but then after you're like, I feel so much better. It's the best. Puking's great. Let me see what else we got here. Ooh, this is kind of specific. I think it's a red flag when people are well into their, I think it's kind of a red flag if people are well into their 30s and they've never had a long-term relationship. I think that's like kind of not normal personally. That's just what I think. Also, going along with this, people that are in a relationship and are that choose to not be public about it, I think that's a little weird. Like, why wouldn't you want to show off the thing that makes you happiest, like another person? Like, wouldn't you want to be proud? Like, I think it's just weird when people are like trying to be private about their relationship. Like, I get it if you're a major public figure and it's like the one thing that you have is your relationship and you want to keep that private because everything else about your life is public. But like, yeah, I always think that's weird. Like, being private about your relationship, not showing. I've been hidden in the past, so maybe I'm a little bit, you know. It's also a red flag if a man is trying to hide you, and if he says like, I don't really post on social media, I'm not really into that, like, it's like, no. I think that doesn't define a relationship. Like, if your man isn't tagging you and posting you and, you know, giving you a birthday shout out, and like, that's not a big deal. I'm just saying, like, if they're vocal about like, I want it to be for us and I don't want to be public, like, bitch. We all know where that leads to. I hate grocery store parking lots. Best fast food fries are at Wendy's. Best fast food milkshake is McDonald's. People that are too nice or compensating for something. I like, oh yeah, here's something random. I like putting frozen peas and tuna in my Kraft mac and cheese. I grew up on that. I think that was a way for my mom to like add in some extra protein and vegetables to our, you know, Kraft mac and cheese, and it's delightful. It's a great combo. It sounds weird, but like, you make the mac and cheese normal, then you add the tuna, and then the peas. So good. I would rather be too hot than too cold. These aren't really exciting. I shower 2 times a day. Yeah, I'm kind of grossed out. Like, if you're like, okay, I get it. If you shower in the morning, you're like, oh, why would I shower before bed? I already showered today. Like, I'm no. Like, if you've been, you know, at Costco, at the strip mall, if you've been at the gas station, if you've been at your office, if you've been at CVS, what, like, took the dog on a walk, like, and then you go and lay in your bed, I'm grossed out. Like, I'm very into like a nighttime shower, but like, and there's nothing better than getting into bed feeling clean. Like, I feel like you sleep better. It's like, it sets the tone for the night. The heat from the shower, I'm sure Andrew Huberman has talked about this, like, that really helps tell the brain it's time to go to bed. Like, so yeah, I shower 2 times a day is my I love cleaning out the vacuum. I wrote that. Yeah, I might wrap it now, honestly. Age is just how, I think I tweeted this and I found this from like a long ass time ago. I wrote, age is just how crispy you are from going around the sun like a rotisserie chicken. Like, when you think about it, like, as we're wrinkling and aging, it's like a rotisserie chicken going around the sun, getting that char, getting that that tone, that fucking browning. What did we learn today? I'm not really into telling people that you've had all this work done. I think that's tacky. I think also along those lines, like, being a clean girl is fucking annoying and you need to stop and just embrace the messiness. And like, life is all about nuance, the transitions, the imperfections, I think it's a false sense of control and a false sense of it's like hard to explain. I mean, it's like an OCD thing, and I understand because I was angsty at the beginning of this podcast. Everything was like annoying me. I was like, my fingers were kind of wet, like the clutter around my desk was annoying me. And I get that like perfecting your environment and making your lifestyle very simple is like good for the mind. But there's like, it seems like people are, it's like in too deep. If you know what I mean. Like, it's just like, stop. What did I miss on here? Oh, I don't like Beyonce. Here's an extremely hot take. I don't like Beyonce or Taylor Swift. I'm not really big into, I know Hailey and Selena are in the news right now. Hailey Bieber and Selena Gomez, not a big fan of them. But like, I get why people like Selena Gomez. She seems like a really nice person, but she's kind of a little too ho-hum for me, to be honest. Hailey Bieber is just very boring to me. Like, I know she gets that all the time, but like, and she can't help it. She seems like she's had it easy her whole life. And like, I feel like the best people, I'm fucking blessed, you know, shout out to my, you know, childhood. Shout out to everything I've been through, because goddamn, like, it made me funny. It made me fun. It gave me perspective on life and grit, resilience, the ability to, it helped me become really resourceful and empathetic to other people, because I've been through some shit. So when I see other people going through some shit, I'm like, fuck, I've been there. You know, I can walk in other people's boots. I can, you know, and that's really important. But if you've had it easy your whole life, it's like, it must be nice, to be honest, but like, also you're probably kind of boring, like Hailey Bieber. And but I wrote here, I love Rihanna. I like Doja Cat, Miley Cyrus, and Nicki Minaj. So I was like, I don't like Beyonce, Taylor Swift, Selena, or Hailey, but I like Miley, Doja, Rihanna, and Nicki Minaj. Like, I just need a little more charisma and charm and kind of fuck you and like, I need a little more pizzazz, personality pizzazz, and like bad bitch, actual bad bitch energy. Like, if Hailey Bieber just she'll never have that. Or Selena, it's just like too sweetie pie, too like, no. And they also have like that too nice thing, like just too sweet, too nice. Like, why does that rub me the wrong way? I think I told Corey about that. I was like, when people are too like they sound like a preschool teacher or kindergarten teacher, and they're like 40. I'm like, because maybe they actually are one, and that's how they talk to kids all day. But like, it annoys me. Just saying, it fucking annoys me. Just like the Southern California, like LA, like Kardashian voice fucking annoys me. Oh, speaking of the Kardashians, I wrote Khloe and Kendall annoy the fuck out of me, but the rest are cool. Khloe just fucking annoys me. Okay. She's like, the thing is I think like with Taylor Swift and Hailey Bieber and Selena and Beyonce and like all these people I've mentioned, like, I think they're great, honestly, but like there's like tinges of their personality or something about them, like that sends me over where I get annoyed or like put off. But yeah, Khloe just fucking annoys me. Like, there's an example. I just wish Khloe didn't seem, I wish her vibe and like the way she posted things and the way she like curated her content, it's just like the way she put herself out there wasn't so fucking appearance focused and like all about like, she's just like body, face, snatch, like getting fit at the gym every fucking day or like, and always talking about it. It's just like, there's like nothing else going on there, and it just like bothers me. I don't know, I feel like people just need to like relax on their goddamn appearance and aesthetic and their vibe. Like, just, she seems to take it too seriously, and that just annoys me. I'm like, I feel like there's, if you watch the show, like, Khloe's got a great personality, like, she's great. I honestly love Khloe, but this kind of era she's in now, and she's been in for a while, with the face and the fucking just the body and like the trying to be like perfected all the time. Like, must be hard being her. You know, I've talked about it before. It must be fucking hard. Kendall bores me. Okay, I don't even explain that. I like Kim, no one asked, but my favorites are Kim, Courtney, and Kylie. I get why people think Courtney's annoying right now, but I'm just kind of like, I've always kind of liked her. She kind of has like a special selfish bitchiness thing about her. I don't know how to explain it, that I kind of get. Maybe I feel similar to that. I get it, but like, I don't know. Also, I think the Kardashians, I wrote, are losing their influence. Everything they post is so fakey and annoying. We've seen it all. Yeah, like what's new? People are talking about how they're fading right now. I wonder in my lifetime if I'll ever see an actual fading out of the Kardashians. Like, I feel like for the most part, they've been in my face for the last, has it been 20 years? How old was I 20 years ago? 8? No, that's too young. Like 15 years? How many? Didn't they have like 20 seasons or some shit? Like multiple seasons? I don't know. They've been in my face for like a long ass time. So I'm wondering, like, will I ever see them just kind of like be in the background of Hollywood? They're just kind of like, they'll show up at the Oscars and Kim will be like 62 and like just like there, and like we all know about her and her, you know, like we all love Kim and whatever, but she's not like popping on social media all day with her Skims and her, you know, like, will that kind of die off at some point? I'm not like wanting, I'm not like, I don't care. It doesn't bother me. I'm just like, who's gonna be in place of that? Or like, who will the American royal family be? Because they're kind of like that for us right now. Something else that pisses me off that I've been noticing lately is your regular ass Joe Schmo TikToker showing up at fucking, you know, Paris Fashion Week in full fucking Prada. Like, also the Instagram blue checkmark thing. Like, now it's just like, there's something like nice about exclusivity, be like things being exclusively reserved for the 0.1%, top of the top. Okay. When I see Dixie D'Amelio sitting next to fucking Rihanna, I'm like, there's something, I get it. Like, she's great. She's big. She's social media, digital creator icon, but like of the current day and age with TikTok popping off. Shout out Dixie. I think again, like, I'm talking shit on people, but I like them. I just like certain things. I'm like, what's going on? It just seems so off. Like, yeah, just people like being flown out to like, just not saying they're I mean, regular people are now, it's hard. Like, regular people, that sounds wrong. Like, I consider myself, that'd be like me. I guess the rise of fame now, or like the arc of someone's, like, people literally start and like I guess that's how everyone, like Taylor Swift, they all popped off from like a small town, middle of nowhere, and then they like got famous. I don't know, fame is just so weird to me when I see these people show up at these like events, and I'm just like, I guess they're A-listers. I guess they're like considered A-list celebrities now. I don't know. But what's with people? Everyone's just trying to be famous now. It's like, it's not special. It's not cool anymore. It's just like, I don't know. It's just like a thing it just feels, okay, back to the whole like people showing like Fashion Week or like, I'll give it, okay, the only person where I was like, oh, that makes sense was like Alex Cooper. I was like, I get that, you know, queen of podcasting, call her daddy, and she's like showing up at Fashion Week. That makes sense to me. But some of these other creators, I'm like, there's like a something in my brain is just like, why are they there? This is like for like the Olsen twins and like Cara Delevingne and like who are your we wore what's her name, like she's a fashion girl, like certain socialite, like fashionista, they're all there too, but like inviting in like the TikTokers is kind of a fucking weird thing to me. I don't know. Okay, how should I wrap this? Let me just do a quick scan. If you can't shit with the door open or talk openly about shitting, that's not your person. True. People with chronic road rage are the worst kind of people. I think I've kind of beat the fucking horse to death here. A lot of swearing today, a lot of ranting, a lot of bitching. I think I got it. As a reminder, these are the controversial topics to avoid in conversation, according to like Google or some shit I read. Climate change, marriage equality, capital punishment, marijuana legalization, abortion, vaccines, universal healthcare, cancel culture, Black Lives Matter, student debt forgiveness, electoral college, the Israel-Palestine conflict, the Trump presidency, evolution, immigration reform, artificial intelligence, transgender rights, free market capitalism, gun control, the federal minimum wage, white supremacy, the opioid crisis, affirmative action, police brutality, reparations, nuclear energy, censorship, and freedom of speech, and atheism. Those are all the controversial topics to avoid in conversation. I mean, talk about whatever you want, but those are like, I don't even know. You know what's crazy? I'm definitely one of those people, and I hate to admit it about myself, but since we're talking about opinions, and I was just going down that list, I am definitely one of those types of people who have a very surface level understanding of hot button topics and issues in this day and age, like the last few years, COVID, all. What were these topics? Like, let me think of a couple. I can like universal healthcare. I couldn't talk all day long about that. Like, I have a general understand, like a very surface level understanding, right? Same goes for gun control, immigration reform, transgender rights, the opioid, like all of these things, like I could give you a couple sentences on, and that's about it. And I wish I was the type of person who had a better education, or I educated myself more on these, and really understood them through and through. But it's just like, I don't know. I don't know. It's like, I'd rather talk about how ketchup and hot sauce belong in the fridge, and how fucking, what's another hot take I had, or like a opinion I had? Oh yeah, standing on the bottom of a lake is the worst thing ever. Like, I don't know. Yeah, enough about that. I mean, I'm fine. It's not like super important that I'm fully educated on all of these topics. It would be nice. Like, it would be nice. Maybe what I do is I pick one and then I like read about it I dedicate like a week to learning about it. Just like, anyways, I'm going to end with this. Another advice of the day. Okay, another thing I want to promote for you listening is to, how would I say this? I'm drawn to people that have opinions and thoughts and ideas about the world and, life going on around them. I think those people are interesting, charismatic, fun, like entertaining, good to be around, and fun to talk to. And so maybe that's something like what I'm advising, or something I'm trying to promote today, is like, be more like me. Okay. Have an opinion about whether or not you like your cake cold or room temperature. Like, I just noticed this, like when I follow people, when I watch people and they're talking about their opinions on things, I'm like, ooh, I like that person. And I think that's a like, I think it's good to like, yeah, have some thoughts and some opinions on shit and to not be wishy-washy and go with the flow and just like flying in the wind. And now with social media, it's like people they don't form an opinion based on firsthand experience. They base it off of what they heard someone else say. And this is because of podcasts and, you know, influencers and TikTok videos. Like people are sharing their ideas all day long, all the time, around the clock. You're tuning in, you're listening, you're subscribing, and you like that person, then you share that same opinion or that thought just because you like that person, they said it. And it's really easy to do, and you don't even realize you're doing it. I do this myself, and I've noticed like, it's like, that's fine, but like you definitely need to, before you, I guess, what am I fucking saying? This is like, I'm hitting a wall if you can't tell. This is the end of the show. Just like, think about, okay, for example, everyone loves Celsius. Or no, excuse me. Everyone loves Prime hydration. I always say Prime hydration. I don't think hydration's in the name. Logan Paul, KSI Prime. And the other day, this is me telling you how I have an opinion on something. This is so dumb. On my last episode, did a review and said that I don't like it as much as Celsius or Alani. I have an Alani next to me. And that was from my firsthand experience of drinking a Prime and going, you know, I know this is popular right now, and you know, like everyone loves it, but like I don't love it. I didn't think it tasted good at all. Well, it had a weird aftertaste. So that's just an example. Like when you form opinions based on your own experiences, and I think it's good if you're maybe to write them down. I don't know. Like I wrote them all down on a note on my phone. It's kind of fun. It's a good like thought exercise or mental exercise. Like, what do I think about and why do I think about it that way? Or yeah, I don't know. Maybe if you're trying to like, yeah, just like be more well-rounded as a person. I don't know, like think about what you like and don't like and why, and fuck, I don't know. Was that a good ending? Yeah, there's a person I follow on my Instagram, who I love, and they're always, I swear every story, because they talk a lot on their story, I'm like, they've just thought things through and through. It could be like them putting a fucking pot in the dishwasher and they have an opinion about the spokes on the dishwasher on the bottom rack. Like that specific. Like I'm so entertained by that, and I think it's so interesting and fun. And so I guess that's what I'm trying to suggest. Like have a little, you know, brainstorm session with yourself. It's like, yeah, it's fun. I don't know. That's from me. Just, I had fun when I did it. So, and I had fun podcasting today, even though it got a little bit judgmental and a little mean. People are, I mean, I've been saying this literally since I was probably like 18. It's just like America's gone too soft. Everyone's fucking soft now. It's just like, yeah. What did I write at the bottom of this note? I think this is from my last podcast. Yeah, I got to get ready for my sushi date. Hope you enjoyed this episode. I had so much fun. Like,
sorry, I don't know that.
Alexa, off. Yeah, this is my favorite thing to do. I'm really happy right now. I always get this, like when I finish podcasting and I stop recording, the rest of my day is like, I'm like fucking just having a good time. Like wow, you know, find your passion and pursue it. That's also my advice. Find your passion and pursue it. Go all in. Like life is, there's just don't settle. Don't be complacent. Don't get too comfortable with your 9 to 5. If that's, you know, like good on you. Like I do it too. Like, you know, but if you've got a passion about something and you're not chasing it, selling yourself short, you know? That's just like, you just, fuck, I just want to be like, it's like, do something every day, or what could you do every day without, and never get sick of, or yeah, I think that's the quote. For me, it's podcasting and golf, obviously. Oh my God. I'll just share a little insight, little BTS Jacqueline Monroe show information with you right now. The other night I went out for a couple drinks with Corey, and we got like tuna tartare and some fucking, what else did we get? I'm saying the F word so much today. My grandma will not be proud. I think she listens and literally has a pencil and a paper and tally marks how many times I say fuck. Love you, grandma. Shout out, grandma. I'm kidding. We went out and got some, like, tuna tartare. What else we get? Crab cakes. So good. And we were talking about my podcast, and I was like, the thing I've never done is on my show here is I've never niched down. I've never chosen a lane and driven down it 100%, where I'm like, I am a podcast host that only talks about indoor plants and growing indoor plants, or I just talk about makeup, or I just, it's all over the place, right? It's my show, the Jacqueline Monroe Show. Welcome to my life. Whatever I want to talk about is what we talk about. It's very general, but so anyways, the conversation went like this. It was like, Jacqueline, you love podcasting. You also love golf. Like, I have the same bug and obsession and love of golf that I do for podcasting. So he's like, why don't you just do like a golf podcast and just go double down on golf, because you'll never get sick of it. You like, you know what I mean? So I was thinking about that. I'm like, fuck, it's just a little daunting to like fully brand myself as like that, as like a golf chick. And like, my podcast is golf related. My content I post is all golf related. Like, but I see there's a lot of value in niching down. You can cultivate. I feel like your audience, you'll actually like find an audience, or like grow an audience faster and better. And it'll be like higher, more engaged, because every time you talk and open your mouth or post something, they know what they're getting. But with me, it's like you're getting all the things, right? So like, I don't know if I'm going to do that back. This is a little BTS, little inside information for you, but like, maybe like I'll marinate on it for a little bit and think about it. But yeah, anyways, that's like all I want to do this weekend. Golf. Swings coming together. I think I figured out the release, if you even know what that means. I don't know who's listening that golfs. But yeah, I feel like I'm starting to look like my golf swing starting to look like an actual golf swing, which is exciting. So yeah, anyways, I need to get ready for my date. Relationship tip: never stop dating each other. What other advice could my mom texted me. Wait, what did she say? She goes, you should do an advice segment. Start an advice segment. You are so good. Shout out, Mom. I know you're listening. She listens to every episode. Yeah, that'd be kind of fun. Doing like send me, how would I do it so it's like anonymous? Because I'm sure people would want to be anonymous. Email? There's a way to do it. I'll look into it, but let me know. Do you want me to do an advice segment? Would that be a fun addition to the show? These boys outside are about to watch the game. You can just tell they're all dressed up, and I don't know what team that is. March Madness. Some team participating in March Madness. Who are you rooting for? Send or post a comment below. So shit, I need to wrap. Thank you for listening. Thank you for being here. I hope you enjoyed the show. Why do I laugh the entire time? Do I have that David Dobrik thing where he like, I feel like in his little 4-minute fucking 20-second vlogs or whatever he did back in the day, or I don't know if he still does them. I remember someone commenting on David Dobrik's style. I forget who this was. And they made a comment about how he giggles kind of all the time. Like as he talks, he's like a giggle. You know, I feel like I do that. And it's just me. That's like my natural, I'm not purposely doing it. I think honestly, it's because I have a lot of fun here. And I make myself laugh, or I laugh at what I'm talking about. And yeah. So anyways, if you like this episode, please subscribe to the show. I'm on Apple, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Breaker, Stitcher, wherever you listen to podcasts. Please hit that subscribe button. I'm here once a week. And head over to YouTube. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. This will now be on YouTube. And oh my God, I'm so rusty. Instagram.com. Jesus. Follow me on Instagram at Jacqueline Monroe. And finally, if you want to support the show and support my real estate investing endeavors and if you want to support the show and support my future farm life in Southern California dream, head over to patreon.com/tjms, and for $5 a month you can make that possible. Patreon.com/tjms. Go check it out. It's my subscription service where you basically tip me $5 a month. So check it out. That's it. I love you. Hope you have a great weekend, and I will talk to you next week. Bye.
Yo, I got a lot of shit to say, so I'ma do this every day. I'll be writing things until I'm fucking buried in my grave. 6 feet deep under, but my body won't decay. Cause my messages are timeless, so they'll put them on display. Oh yeah, I rap with the